NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens. Well, we thought this could get interesting. Here's interesting, an onside kick to start this thing. Well, the Ravens said they have it. They do have it. They'll start with the option. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Jackson on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up second down. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Prescott looks to throw on first. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Elliott running right. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, it's Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. And this one's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And
under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Now a timeout take it over. We step aside.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's third and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. Prescott to throw on fourth. And he fires one that's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And now the rookie's free. 30, 10, 5. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also, it may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Now Charles dealing with a third and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, and this is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott now. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. That's caught again by Schultz. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And again, it's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 31-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On 1st and 10, Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A first down throw for Prescott. Schultz hauls in the quick throw. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dak Prescott able to connect with Dalton Schultz. And the Cowboys go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. That's certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. Jackson here is going to look to throw, and that's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a one-point lead. They didn't want the tie. They rolled the dice, and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a one-point lead, and it just changes the complexion of the whole game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
For full start, backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot it.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On third down, it's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb, and that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Fourth down, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Prescott now from the 50. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
A big play here for Dallas. And even 40 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Now Elliott. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Again, it's Elliott. And not a whole lot there as he'll get him down at about the 2. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
A field goal gets them the lead, but they'll risk it here on 4th and goal. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one. Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A 1st down carry by Elliott. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are...
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Tyus Bowser with a pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
And they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and it was fair to look back and say that 4th down was a moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, time, I mean, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Following the interception, here's Prescott.
Prescott's pass complete to Ezekiel Elliott. He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott, throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So Prescott here to throw. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for him.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. And now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, a 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Jackson to throw. Connecting with Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Now Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboys...
the game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started out